Sometimes you have an opportunity in your life where you can be part of an amazing experience. Like we had landing this home for Ben and Jess. They've been saving for years so that they could buy their dream home. And we were finally able to find this home for them in Long Beach. And it was during this pandemic of 2020, of all things.
Last week I signed an emergency declaration under the Stafford Act.
Hopefully you're surviving this social distancing and pandemic crazy time. I never thought I'd see something like this in my lifetime, and I imagine most of you are the same. Pretty much everything was shut down for a few weeks, and finally they lifted some restrictions on being able to go view properties. So we headed out, and the kids loved going. A pickup truck. We ate in the truck, and because the restaurants were closed. And then after seeing 4 homes, we ended up, actually this was the 4th home in Long Beach. We ended up you could just see the joy in the family's eyes. We knew that it was a reach. It was a little bit above what Ben and Jess could afford. That it was Ben and Jess just wanted to see it, nothing else, just to have seen this beautiful home. When I saw the joy in the family's eyes, I was scared, because as happy as I was worried if that we might struggle landing them this home. So we started working with a plan. We took a picture in front of the home, and we prayed about it, and just put together an offer, gave the best we could.
Sleep. Everybody's going to be moving fast and getting back to normal. And we have a reset in our economy, a reset in everything. Now is the time to change your life. If there's ever a time that you wanted to make an improvement in your life, make something really good happen, now is the time.
We got the house. We got the house.
Oh my god! It's so cool.
You excited?
We had quarantined with a few couples, and spent pretty much the whole time with each other's families. And it was a very safe way of doing it. We self-quarantined as a family group. So anyways, we headed down in a couple weeks, and to see the home. Jeannie was up in Northern California, stranded for weeks, and came down, and we went with Ben and Jess to see the home that they had put in escrow. And you could just see that the family was glowing so much, especially Jess. She was so excited that they were in escrow, and she never had a doubt for a minute. You could see the halo around the family. When I saw that, actually, they removed any doubt I had. I think I was looking for just anything that would help me feel more secure. And every time I'd see that glow in the family's eyes, and then when I saw that halo, I just knew that there was something here, and we were going to be able to close this, even though it was going to be difficult. Matt and Rachel came down. She was actually carrying her youngest son when we got the news, and she came down with him a few weeks later while we were in escrow. And they'd lifted some restrictions in the city of Seal Beach, which is close by. So we went to the beach, and we enjoyed a dinner. We had to eat outside because the restaurants were closed, so they're only doing takeout. The children, while Ben and Jess packed, the children came up and spent time with Lindsay and their kids, and with us, and with Ama Diane and Nancy and Reynolds, and we were able to spend some fun time with them, collecting beach glass and visiting the ocean during low tides, going to the marina. And they also planted a wonderful garden when we started the pandemic. So within weeks, these plants just grew and were producing these amazing vegetables. And Ella and Coco love working in the garden. They're such a hard workers. You can see that squash. It's from a plant that's only 4 or 5 weeks old. Anyways, it was moving day, and we ended up the whole family came to help and loaded up a big U-Haul and 3 pickup trucks. And Ben and Jess got the keys and opened the door for all of us so we could help move them in. It was such an exciting day. Escrow closed that
There's the
day.
keys.
And
It's the other side, the upper one.
in 2020 during the pandemic. And this was such a wonderful experience in such an unusual time. But you could just see the love of the family and the presence of God in our lives that helped us finish this transaction. And it took a lot of people to bring this together, and the faith and persistence by Ben and Jess. They're an amazing couple, and they're raising a wonderful family, and they're so deserving of this home. After the family had the tour of the home, because there's some family members that came to move that had never seen it before, we started moving in the boxes and things. But this home was built by a famous architect, and also occupied by a very, very, very good, well-known architect. Their family left the original blueprints for the home, and actually wrote a wonderful letter to Ben and Jess and the kids about the time that they experienced in the home and how much, and about all the loving experiences they had. Jess was read to us a letter from their granddaughter, and then after that, when they walked around the corner at the fridge, there was a bottle of champagne in there. It was just like an amazing experience, and just such a just such a great thing that they were able to buy a home that's so filled with love. Nancy is a very good organizer, and she and Reynold were so helpful with everything during the transaction and moving. And Nancy was, Jess had asked Nancy to give her some tips, and she gave her some great tips on where she can have her different kitchen utensils and which drawers to use, that type of thing. Here's the crew that helped. And after that it was all done, everybody was outside getting ready to leave, and we all said a prayer together. And there's Jordan to the left, and Matt and Ben, and here's Ben and Jess having such sip of champagne. Meanwhile, the kids were home with Jeannie. She was having them do their homework, and having the girls get their nails all freshened up so that they could go see their new home. They hadn't heard from Mom and Dad yet, and we wanted to wait till they heard from Mom and Dad that they finally got their home. And so Ben and Jess called, and we had them on speaker, and the kids found out that they had their home. They could finally move. Next day, we drove up in the Jeep and knocked on the door. And Ben was just driving up as Jess was opening the door. And it was just such a joyous occasion to see these kids and to see Jess. So she was so anxious to have the kids come down. And I just love that. Ben and Jess are so in love with their children. They spend some time setting up the kids' beds in their rooms partially, just so the kids could see what their rooms would look like. And then the kids actually were able to set up their rooms. They only set them up a little bit so the kids could be involved in it. And there we go. We're taking the tour. Finally went in, and Ben and Jess took the kids straight to the bedrooms so they could see their rooms. While the kids were settling in, I ran out and got some poke and some tacos from local restaurants, and we all sat down and ate on paper plates and had a little toast. And after dinner, Ben took the kids and helped them set up their rooms a little bit. And they were so excited to do that. And it was such a pleasure to see the kids so involved, wanting to help. And Coco actually helped set up actually she and Rafe helped set up the bed. But anyways, here's the original picture we took the day we didn't know for sure that we were going to get this beautiful house. In our heart, we believed that there's just so much that could have not gone right, that everything did go right. We prayed and our prayers were answered. I've been fortunate to help dozens of people find their dream homes and remodel and design new homes. And to be able to do it for our own daughter and son-in-law and children was like just an amazing experience. And I'm so happy and feel so blessed to have been part of this whole event. And I can't wait to see what the family does as far as decorating their home. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I love you, Ben and Jess. God bless you, and I hope that you'll be able to enjoy so many wonderful days in your new home.